It's the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18, and it reads, I'll start at verse 17. Then Moses and Aaron took these men who had been mentioned by name, and I'll read it in the NKJV, by the way. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they recited their ancestry by families, by the fathers' houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and above, each one individually. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Coming at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, so yesterday, on Instagram, just scrolling right in the search browsing section, where just random things pop up, and I happened to click, on a picture, which brought me to this page right here, right? It says, and it's the interracial dating club. Now, a lot of Israelites are going to buck up against this. A lot of Israelites are not going to, agree with it. But hey, it is what it is. This got to be brought out constantly, because you have a lot of Israelites that have this. They have this mindset of Jake is only supposed to look a certain way, right? Because you got your black only Israelites. You got your Israelites that believe that Israelites are only supposed to have a certain type of hair, yada yada yada. All right, so I'm bringing this out through the spirit. Now, as we read in the book of Numbers, the seed is by your father. So it doesn't matter what you look like, okay? It doesn't matter what you look like. So Jake, our people love to see images, and this is how we're going to do it right now, right? So your lineage is determined by the father, okay? Contrary to popular belief, the world has pushes it out as if the mother, if the seed line is determined by the mother, but women don't carry seed, men carry seed, and men put the seed into the woman, which he produces the lineage, and man produces the lineage of the children. Okay, so without further saying, let's click on a couple images. Okay, so from the looks, this man looks like an Edomite. Now, he may be an Israelite, he may, right? But hypothetically speaking, let's just say he's an Edomite, and she's an Israelite woman, as it appears, right? And if she's an Israelite woman and he's an Edomite, well, these children that, you see that sprung forth right here will all be Edomites. Okay, like I said, if he was an Edomite. But just on a daily basis, you would see these children, you would say, oh, that's an Israelite. Okay? But if the father's an Edomite, these children are what? These children are Edomites. Okay? Another one, as you can see, the man, you would appear, he looks like what? An Israelite man, right? But then you look at his wife or his woman, okay? She appears to be what? An Edomite. Now look at the children that they have brought forth, all right? Now the three, as you can see, you would say, the world will call them mixed. Well, we know, according to the Bible, the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18, that these children were born of him, so these children will be Israelites. It's another thing that the misconception that the world pushes out, that there's such a thing of mixed children. No, there's no such thing as mixed. Okay? You come from one lineage, one race. No such thing as mixed. Okay? If you're an Israelite, you're an Israelite. If you're an Edomite, you're an Edomite. If you're I'm talking about, it's all going back to the father. If you're a Moabite, so-called Chinese, that's what you are. If you're an Ammonite, if your father's an Ammonite, then you're Japanese. Okay? Everything is determined by the lineage of the father. All right? But I just wanted to show you images. Okay? We're only going to click on the ones with children. Same thing. Look here. Right? It appears that what? This guy, which more likely he's an Edomite, but he's with an Israelite woman. These children will be what? Once again, Edomites, even though they may come out looking, light skinned, right? Mixed as what the world would say. But really, these are Edomites. So these will be really so-called white children. Just with what? Features of the mother. And one more, we're going to get into some more scriptures. I just wanted to, show you image points. You care about the couples too much. It's really going to show forth the children, right? See? But it could be Jake. Oh, yeah, going off. I want to find one more. The crazy thing is you see more of. I just noticed you see more of what? The Israelite woman with the Edomite man. Why? Why are these women? Why are our women cleaving to the heathen man? Because one, they are in power. Especially the Edomite men, they are in power. So this is why they cleave to him. Women cleave to power. Okay, don't get it twisted. See, this is all you see. This is all you see. The Jake woman with the Edomite man. I'm looking for children. Looking for a photo with Israelite man with children. All right, boom, got one. Here we go. But I'm trying to look for one that looks a little bit more, on the side of, really looking like an Edomite. Oh, wow. Unfreaking believable. But you get the point. You get the point, man. a lot of you Jake women that's cleave to these heathen, man. Oh, man, this is you are something else, man. And I'm gonna get off of here. But yeah, so let's take for instance, right? Yeah, so the Jake man, when this child comes out of this woman's womb, okay, this heathen woman's womb, then his child, no matter if this child took on the features of his mother, right? Blonde hair, blonde curly hair and blue eyes, right? Same skin complexion as the mother. Guess what? That child will be an Israelite. Okay? Now, let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 14. So it says, I'll start at verse 13. It says, which things are, verse 12, right? 11's fine. It says, for what man knoweth the things of man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so the things of the Most High knoweth no man but the Spirit of the Most High. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given unto us of the Most High, right? And it seemed like the way these people are operating, that the mindset they have is what? The spirit of the world. Okay, and the spirit, having the spirit, of the Most High is having what? Not only the Holy Spirit, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. What comes with that is what? Discernment. Okay, discernment. Verse 13, which things also we speak not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Okay? So a lot of our people don't have this spiritual discernment to them. All right? And you go into let's go into this word. Okay, so to discern is what? Is to perceive or recognize something. I can discern put it in a sentence. I can discern no difference between the two policies. Distinguish someone or something with difficulty by sight or with other senses. All right. See, they got another. Is that a certain? So this leads me to the wheat and tares, right? And this is why the angels are going to have to come do the separating. Because even us having spiritual discernment, we don't know like the angels know, right? So let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 25. I'll start. Verse 24, it says, in the KJV, it says, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened to a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among them, among the wheat, and went his way. So our enemy, which we know is Esau, okay, he have sowed what? Tares among the wheat. Now, when you look at wheat and tares, they look very similar. Pull a photo up for you. Look, tares look identical to wheat. Okay, they look very similar. Okay. It says, but while the enemy slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Will thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, okay, and the tares represent the heathen, you root up also the wheat with them, the Israelites. Okay? Now I just showed you just images of how you have Israelites today, okay, that look like heathen. And then you get heathen right now that look like Israelites. But these are tares. Right? So it says, but he said, Nay, lest while you gather up tares, you root up also wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, which are the angels, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them. So this is what's going to happen to the tares. Okay? Like I said, the angels already know who is who. Yahweh Shem Shai already know who is who. So, okay, so they don't have to, try the spirit by the spirit and do the things as we do just to see, if one is an Israelite, try the spirit to see if one is an Israelite or not. Okay? It says, but gather the wheat into my barn. So the Israelites represent the wheat that's going to go into the barn. You tares, right? Are you heathen? Okay? You're not going to go into the barn. Okay? Let me see. Yeah, so that's what that parable is going into, the wheat and the tares. Okay, the wheat represents the Israelites, and the tares represent, talking about Esau, talking about you heathen. Okay, but they're very identical and similar. And how did you have this happen? You had this happen through what? Us going into captivity under these different nations was one way, and how the slave master would sleep, with our women. You had Jake go to war and go to these different countries and deal with the heathen woman, and their seeds came out. So you got Jake all across the world that look like heathen, but through the spirit, how they are, these are Israelites. Okay, and they're Israelites because they come from their father, that continues that line of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is how they are Israelites. Okay, that's how that lineage continues through the father. All right, but that's the point that I wanted to touch on in the lesson. Dealing with the wheat and the tares, and how you do have a lot of Jake that may look like heathen. Okay, they don't look like your average Israelite, but then you got heathen. They got children that look like, Israelites, but they're not. Okay, they just appear to be. All right. So, I mean, that's something I just wanted to touch on through the spirit. Lord will help us edifying. So next time I want to say, shalom.